Hey everybody, it's Mike Brown with Votel, and today with me I have Raphael with Assured Dispatch. How you doing, Raphael?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing amazing, doing amazing. So he's one of our new customers on Votel, and we wanted to get him set up. And I want you to tell us a little bit about your industry before we get going, so people can understand what you do.
Yeah, so I'm in the transportation industry. We provide transportation services, dispatch, and fleet management services. It was kind of a gap in the transportation industry. The last couple of years been really tough, and there hasn't been a legitimate dispatch and fleet management services, and thus we created Assured Fleet Management and Assured Dispatch Services.
Perfect, perfect. So this is going to be a fun one. We're going to be setting up everything in the system for him. We got an AI website that was just built that's going to be hosted on Votel. And we're going to set up an AI agent and customize the CRM for his business and industry. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen real quick. This was actually his existing website here, Assured Dispatch. And the cool thing is, since he does have an existing website, I'm able to just copy and paste all the text that he has on his website. I'm able to paste that to the AI. It connects to Votel through our MCP server. I'm going to show you that. And I literally just said, create a new website on it for Assured Dispatch. Here's the contents and publish it on Votel. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to show you what it did. All right. And first I'll scroll down here so you can kind of see his website here today. All the contents, everything looks great. Perfect. So now I'm going to scroll back up to the top and we're going to check out what the AI just built. So this is your new website. We're going to scroll
Nice.
down and let me know what you think.
Wow. That is really nice. Very updated, very professional, legit. Wow.
Yeah. And it took about 5 minutes for this to be built in the system. It's like, it's amazing. It just gets to work and it creates it. Looks like it even created a little calculator for you. So you can come in and plug in different values and it's
That's
going to talk
amazing.
about your net profit increase on here. That's pretty
That
cool.
is amazing. That is so
Yeah.
cool.
And so this is very different than other website builders out there. It's not going to be like this drag and drop builder. If you want to change something, you got to talk to the AI. You got to tell it what you want, and it'll make the change for you. So really, really cool. I like what it did. This is amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Really cool. Well, let's dive into Votel. So this is your new account. And we got a couple
Mhm.
different sections in here. We got conversations. This is your unified inbox. This is where you'll be communicating with all your customers. And we got a pipeline at the top so you can keep track of where your customers are in the process. We also have calendars. You can plug in your calendar and you can have different teammates in here and all that good stuff. Then we have a full, CRM and contact page. So on the contact page, you can search, filter, group, sort, etc. by just about anything. So if I come in here and say priority of this customer is urgent, I can come in and group by priority. And you got these collapsible groups over here. So it's very easy to stay organized with your customers. You can do the same thing for pipeline stages. All right. And in here, if you ever want to do a bulk action, like you want to reach out to all your customers at once, you can go ahead and select them all. And you got this bulk action bar up here. And so the cool thing is when you're adding people to agents, you can add everyone in bulk at the same time. We can also do like a drip campaign. So we might want to drip this out during business hours, only so many per hour, etc. So you got a lot of flexibility in here. Now, one of the first things we're going to do, and if you'll notice, when I pulled up the contact over here, there's these fields on the right side. And all these fields on the right can be customized. And so we're going to completely customize this for your industry. And let's see what it comes back with. Right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to dive into settings. And inside settings, we got this section that says custom contacts. This is where you can customize the contact in the system. Now you can drag and drop all the different fields in here. There's tons of built-in fields, like everything you can think of. But I'm lazy. I don't want to do that. So let's just click the customize with AI button and let's get to work. So this is an example where, I'm also lazy. I might go ahead and just copy some stuff on the website right here. And I'm going to say customize for a trucking dispatch company. And I'll say here is some info about them. All right, I'm going to paste it in here. I'm going to paste that to the AI, just give it a little bit of context, and it's going to use that context to build these custom fields. Now, if you noticed, we also have different tabs at the top, right? So it's not just customizing the fields, it's adding different tabs. So look at this, it just finished. It has a dispatch overview tab with dispatch metrics, it has RPM analysis, average deadhead reduction, a spot for notes, and you got some client info, first name, last name, email, phone, company. And then on the right, we got some financials, weekly savings per truck, market rates van, market rates reefer, and all this good stuff. So we can customize this and put this get it exactly how you want for your system, but this is how you're going to do that. So this is going to be a good starting point. What do you think about this so far?
Beautiful. That was so fast, easy, took seconds.
Yeah, perfect. Well, we're going to save this. And so let me show you what that just did. So I'm actually going to exit the settings. I'm going to go back to the contact. And now look at this. On the right-hand side, everything is customized. Right? You got all those custom fields right here, and you just clicked at it. So very cool system right here. Great. Well, now that we got this, we can dive into the agent builder. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to click on create an agent. And we do have use case templates built in, but I'm actually just going to create this from scratch. And so let's dive in. So let's see, I'm going to delete some of this, like the task and goals. I'm just going to go ahead and make up my own. I'm going to go ahead and remove the response guidelines. And so I'm just giving it a conversation style. I'm telling it like who it is. So let's go ahead and give it a name. First of all, what do you want the name to be?
The voice agent.
Yep.
Let's go with Ralph.
Ralph, perfect. Okay, you're Ralph, the AI receptionist for Assured Dispatch. We're going to say your job is to dispatch the services needed. Your job is to dispatch the trucking services needed. And I'm just going to show you the type of impact that this prompt has on the AI. So I'm going to save this. And this is like the bare minimum you need to get this going. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to click test. We're going to see what it sounds like. Hello, how you doing? Hello, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How can I help you with your trucking needs today?
Yeah, I need to get a truck dispatched.
Awesome. I can definitely help with that. Could you please tell me a bit more about what kind of truck service you need? Like the type of cargo, pickup and delivery locations, and any special requirements?
So here you go. This is the AI just thinking on its toes right now. We literally gave it no instructions. It just says your job is to dispatch trucking services. And so it's kind of going off and doing what it thinks is best right now, which is amazing, just right out of the gate. So I'm going to end this call right here. And we're going to go ahead and show you how we can put a little more structure on that to get the AI to say exactly what we want. So I'm going to click on Agent Workflow. This opens up our workflow builder. And first of all, I want to say, Raphael, what did you think of that so far?
Yeah, I think that was cool. I mean, we didn't really do too much about it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely add to it, of course, but the voice was cool. It sounded better than a lot of other AI receptionists I've heard.
Yeah, there's one problem I heard with the voice, though. We picked Ralph, and she didn't sound like Ralph. So we can go in and change the voice, and we can definitely do that. So I'll show you how we do that.
I would say change the name. I like the voice the way it was. Just let's probably give it a woman's name.
All right, we'll say she's Sarah.
Okay.
But if you do want to change the voice in here, we have the top voice providers in here: Cartesia, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. thousands and thousands of voices to pick from, and you can customize all the different settings, the speed, the tone, the exaggeration, the style, all sorts of fun stuff in here. And I do want to say out of the box that, we do have the English language selected, but English is actually Spanglish and includes English and Spanish out of the box. You don't need to pick one or the other, which is really cool. But if you do want to pick one of the other built-in languages, it is that language only. So you got tons of languages in here. You got tons of voices. Let's dive into the workflow builder. Now, the purpose of the workflow builder here is to really give some structure to the conversation. And this is where we want to control exactly what the AI is going to say. And so for the trigger here, I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be a conversation started trigger. This covers all channels, whether it's incoming email, incoming SMS, incoming phone call. This is going to cover all channels. And so after the conversation starts, the first thing we like to do is add in a conversation node. This is where we can tell the AI what to say. So Raphael, I'm going to jump to you now. What do you want the AI to say? This is going to be how it answers the phone. What do you want the greeting to be?
Hey, this is Assured Dispatch and Fleet Management Services. How can we help you? Dispatch and Fleet Management.
Assured Dispatch and what?
And Fleet Management. Assured Dispatch and Fleet Management. You could erase the second assured.
Okay. And we got spell check in here, which is great.
Yeah.
So, all right, say, hey, this is Assured Dispatch and Fleet Management.
How can we help you?
How can we help you?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Now, the powerful thing about this node is we can actually have the AI kind of route the conversation real time during the call. And so instead of like an open-ended question like, how can we help you? We can give the person some options. We say, are you looking, are you looking to dispatch? Are you looking to, how would you word that?
Are you looking for dispatch services or fleet management services?
Okay. Okay. So we got that in here. Are you looking for dispatch services or fleet management services?
Mm-hmm.
So now I can come in and you notice we have two routes here and we can have as many as we want. Now I can create two different routes, right? Dispatch services, and I'll say looking for dispatch services. And this one will be called looking for fleet management services. Now we're going to have two different branches. And so after that, we can add another conversation node. And so we're going to come in here. I'm going to type in conversation node. And so if they say looking for dispatch services, what do you want it to say next?
It'll need to start gathering details such as, what kind of truck and trailer do they have? What's their MC number? What areas do they run?
Perfect. Perfect. Well, we're going to gather that detail using the ask and save node. That's where we can go in and ask some questions. We can save the answers. That's going to be really good. So before we start asking some questions, I'm just going to say to the caller, perfect, let me ask you some questions to get started. And I'm going to check this auto continue setting here because the AI is not waiting for the user to respond. It's just going to go on to the next node automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to repeat that. And then we can go ahead and ask some questions. Now, before we do that, let's just save it and we'll do a quick test so you can kind of see how this looks.
Hey, this is Assured Dispatch and Fleet Management. Are you looking for dispatch services or fleet management services?
Yeah, I'm looking for dispatch.
Perfect. Let me ask you some questions to get started.
All right, and you'll see that was the last node on this step, so it's just going to stop there. But as you're testing it here inside the Votel system, you can actually trace it and watch your flow live.
Are you still there?
Now, the great thing is if I make a mistake, I can come in here, I can go ahead and change something, click apply. I can click save, and I can rewind and go back.
Okay, let me ask you some questions to get started.
Right? And so it's really easy to come in here and debug and change things very, very quick and easy. So I'm going to hang up here. And so after this, we want to ask some questions. Well, we got a node built exactly for that. It's called Ask and Save. So this is where we're going to define the questions that you want to ask. So go ahead and hit me with the first one.
What kind of truck do you have?
What kind of truck do you have? All right, so I'm going to type this in as the form of a question. The AI is going to automatically give me the field type. It says truck type, which is great. So I'm going to create that. That's our first field. Now we'll add in another question. What else?
What kind of trailer do you have?
Kind of trailer do you have? Perfect. And that's going to save it as trailer type. Anything else?
Yeah. What areas do they like to run?
Do you like to run? All right. Favorite running areas. What else?
Are they looking for local, regional, or OTR?
Okay, looking for local, regional, or OTR.
Yeah, OTR stands for over the road.
Okay. Okay, let's see, OTR. I'm actually we'll see how the AI pronounces that, but if it doesn't pronounce it right, I'm gonna add a space in between the letters so it spells it out. But we'll see. I'll click on create, local or OTR. What else?
What kind of truck trailer? Local OTR. What's your MC and DOT number?
MC and DOT number. Okay. Are those two different questions or is that just one?
That's one question. So, or you know what? Put or instead of DOT. Yeah, I mean and put. So, what's your MC or DOT number? Because we only need one or the other.
Okay, perfect. And that is just a number. Is there any letters in that, or it's just a pure number?
It's numbers, just numbers.
Okay, so for the type here, I'm actually going to switch it to number. Perfect. What other questions?
Trailer, what kind of areas? Local, regional, OTR. What's your MCDOT? And how long has your authority been active?
Okay, how long has your authority been active? All right. Anything else?
No, that should be fine for now.
All right, perfect. Cool. Well, we're going to save this. And now one thing I do want to point out up here is on the top, you got the ability for the AI to ask AI generated questions, or you got the ability to use static responses. So I typed the questions in here, like what kind of truck do you have? But because it's AI generated, the AI is going to come up with its own thing to ask, which could be exactly the same or it could be similar, right? But if you ever wanted to say like this exact wording 100% of the time, you would click on static. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this right here. And we're going to go ahead and save. And let's see. I'm not saving it to the contact record, so this is just in context for the flow. That's perfect. What do you want to happen after that, once it gathers all the details?
I'm thinking, well, I guess I'll probably send it to one of our sales reps, or are you talking about on the call still or after the call?
Yep, we're on the call. Maybe we'll like thank them or I got all the information I need, something like that.
Yeah, just thank them. Let them know that somebody from our dispatch department will be reaching out to them shortly. Shortly.
Perfect. Reaching out shortly. Perfect. We're going to have that auto continue. Next, we'd want to do something like probably send out an email. And so we're going to email this information to your team. Now, we didn't connect your email account in here yet. So, that step's not going to work, but we'll go ahead and put in a placeholder. All right, we'll say new lead and say see info below. And this is where I can come in and I can insert my dynamic variables in here. So I'm going to get the output of the ask and save node. We're going to say this is the truck type, right? And then I'm just going to do this for each of them, truck type. And then I'm going to do it for the next variable, ask and save, trailer type, right? And I would go down and do it for all. So that's how we can send an email. And so I'm going to apply this, and you can see email channels required. So the email step's not going to work, but that's okay. But the last thing we need to do on this is we're going to end the call. You got to hang up. So we'll hang up. I'm going to say, thank you for your time today. Hope you have a great day. Perfect.
Stay safe out there.
What's that?
Stay safe out there is what we usually tell our drivers out there on the road. Stay safe out there.
Perfect. Stay safe out there. Awesome. I'll click apply. We'll save that. That's good to go. So we got that whole side of the branch of the conversation down. Now we got to talk about what do you want to do when they're looking for fleet management?
What kind of we're going to need to know what services they're looking for when it comes to fleet management.
Okay. Perfect. So it sounds like we're going to be doing another ask and save step, you think?
Yeah.
Asking some more questions. Perfect.
Quick question, actually, because in many cases, they're going to want both services. They're going to want a combination of the two. Like I want dispatch and fleet management services.
Got it. Well, we could make that one of the questions here. Are the questions going to be the same?
For fleet management, no. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be, are you looking for safety and compliance? Are you looking for if the driver qualification files, data, data storage, things like that. So it's going to be a little different.
Perfect. Okay. So we can do a condition then. We can ask the person, are you looking for both? If they say yes, we'll kind of route them back to this lane as well. But let's go ahead and create the ask and save node. And I'm going to need you to rattle off some of these questions now for this line.
Okay. Are you looking for safety and compliance?
Okay. This one is going to be like a yes or no question. So it's like true or false, a checkbox.
Yeah.
That's great. What else?
Do you need help with accounting and bookkeeping?
Accounting and bookkeeping. Perfect. I'm going to make that one also a checkbox. True or false? What else?
Do you need breakdown assistance? Like sometimes when the truck breaks down on the side of the road?
Perfect. That's also going to be true or false. What else?
Are you looking to grow your company? Are you looking for, well, first, are you looking for recruitment services or support? Are you looking for recruitment support?
Recruitment support. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Recruitment. Perfect. All right. That'll also be true or false. What else?
And then, are you looking to grow and scale your company?
Who's not looking to do that?
Yeah.
Maybe some people. I don't know. All right. So that will be also true or false. Anything else?
No, that should be it. I think that'll be it.
Perfect. So I'm going to save this right here. Now after this, we're going to go ahead and copy this node because it's probably going to be very similar. So instead of saying the dispatch department will be reaching out, we're going to say the fleet management department is going to be reaching out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
That's his feet.
The fleet management department is going to.
Yeah.
Now, the AI will read exactly what you type in here. So you could get the fleet management. So just, yeah, there we go. All right. Now, after this, we'd probably want to do another email. So I'm just going to duplicate that. We're going to connect this over here. And when it's done, we're going to go ahead and just hang up the call. So very simple flow here. So I'm going to save this. And now we're going to test it out.
Hey, this is Assured Dispatch and Fleet Management. Are you looking for dispatch services or fleet management services?
Dispatch.
Okay, let me ask you some questions to get started. So, what kind of truck do you have?
I don't know the answers to this, so help me out here. I just put it on mute.
Yeah, 2018 Freightliner.
2018 Freightliner. 2018 Freightliner.
Awesome. Thanks. And what kind of trailer do you have?
It's a full trailer.
Got it. A full trailer. Could you tell me what areas you like to run?
Yeah, mostly California.
Thanks. Do you prefer running local, regional, or over the road?
Local.
Great, thanks. Could I get your MC or DOT number next?
Yeah, it's 57923.
Perfect, thanks. And how long has your authority been active?
It's been active about 2 years.
Great, I got all the information I need. Someone from our dispatch department will be reaching out shortly. Thank you for your time today. Stay safe out there.
All right. What'd you think of that?
Good. Got all the details that we would need before reaching out.
Yep. Perfect. And so as it's collecting the details here, you can go ahead and see exactly what it's saving. So on the local or OTR field, it said local, right? And so you can, if you need to troubleshoot it and see what the AI is doing, you can always do that. Perfect. So the next thing we would want to do is actually test out the other side, right? Because we want to test the whole thing. So this time I'm going to do my test and say I'm looking for fleet management.
Okay.
Go ahead and click on reconnect.
Hey, this is Assured Dispatch and Fleet Management. Are you looking for dispatch services or fleet management services?
I'm looking for fleet management services.
Okay, let me ask you some questions to get started. Got it. Are you also looking for help with safety and compliance for your fleet?
I am.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Do you need help with accounting and bookkeeping?
Yes.
Thanks for letting me know. Would you also like assistance with breakdown support?
Yeah, I think I could use that too.
Perfect. That makes sense. Are you looking for recruitment support as well?
No, not at this time.
Got it. And finally, are you looking to grow and scale your company?
Absolutely.
Great. I got all the information I need. Someone from our fleet management department will be reaching out shortly. Thank you for your time today. Stay safe out there.
All right, perfect. So that is great. Now, there are scenarios where we want, where sometimes the AI can kind of go off topic a little bit, and we want it to do that. And that's going to be in the form of some FAQs. You know, people don't always go through the happy path of the conversation like you expect them to. and you get some, random questions. So I'm going to show you how that works. Now, I like to add in a section, says FAQs. And in here, we can just put some facts about the business. We say, when was your business started? What year should we give them?
If they ask about our company,
Yep.
5 years ago.
Perfect. And so what I like to do in this scenario is, usually just copy and paste all the text from the website into ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, give me a list of FAQs. List of FAQs on this business. And so that's going to save me some work. And the whole point of this is to make the AI smarter, right? The more facts we can load it with about your business, the more information it's going to know. Let's see. It's still generating some questions. All right, it's going on. It's a really big list. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy a few of them here. All right. So we can go ahead and test this out as well.
Hey, this is Assured Dispatch and Fleet Management. Are you looking for dispatch services or fleet management services?
Well, before we do that, I just wanted to know, do you guys offer a free trial?
Oh, yay. Absolutely. We do offer a free trial. Actually, it's the first week free, and you don't even need to put down a credit card for it. So you can get a good feel for how we work without any pressure. Now, are you looking more for dispatch services or fleet management services?
Yeah, I'm looking for dispatch.
Okay, let me ask you some questions to get started. Cool.
All right, I'm going to hang up right there. But look at that. Yeah, I didn't give it the answer, right? So the AI stayed on that node. It answered my question based on the FAQs, right? Do you guys offer a free trial? It told me it offers no credit card trial, first week free, which is amazing. And then it brought me back on track, asking me that question so can go down the right path. So that was absolutely perfect. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that was spot on. Is there one question I do have? Like, can we speed up the voice a little bit? Because I know a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because a lot of in our industry, the trucking industry, a lot of guys are on the move. They're on the go. They're in the truck. They're like, hey, I need help with, they tend to be more high octane energy type people.
Yeah, we can go up to 200% speed right here. So you got a little slider, and all the different voices have a little bit different settings on here. So you can just click save, and now you got a faster voice. So those are things we can go in and adjust 100%. The next thing we would want to do in here is, and I agree, I think it sounded a little slow on there. So next thing I want to do on here is actually add in a phone number. Is there a particular area code you want to grab a number for?
I would say
Error, refresh. Yeah. Let me do that on another page over here. I'm going to go into settings, click on phone. What area code are you looking for?
Probably 323 Los Angeles 323 phone number if that's available.
323. Perfect. We're going to do 323. Click on search. Any of these jump out at you?
I usually like to find numbers that are easy to remember. So let's see.
606-0509. That one sounds pretty cool. Or the 300.
Yeah, the 300, because the 300 is going to be easy. The first few numbers, yeah. 291.
Perfect. We'll grab this number here.
Mhm.
Now we got one number. And so to hook this phone number up, all we have to do is click on edits. And we're going to say when the phone call comes in, we're going to send this to an agent. And you know what? I didn't give your agent a name. It just says untitled agent. So let me do that so I know which one to select. So we're going to call this the Sarah with Assured Dispatch. So we'll say Sarah, Assured Dispatch. Let's see. Perfect. I'll save that. And I can actually hook up the phone number from here too. I can just flip the switch, turn it on. Now it's hooked up to this AI agent. So when incoming calls come in, it's going to answer the phone. So it was that easy. Now, if we want to have it answer emails, we can connect your email account here. If you want to have it respond to SMS, first we got to SMS enable your phone number. We got to do the 10 DLC process. All right, so I think that's about it from this page. Now, one of the other things I want to do in your system to customize it for you is to customize the pipeline stages. Because your contacts here, you have the table view and you also have the board view, right? And with the board view, we can go ahead and customize it. So these are the built-in stages over here. So we got pipeline, we got sales. This is using the basic sales template. So what stages do you want to have here?
New, contacted, qualified, proposal. I think those look pretty good for right now. I'm just thinking about, in real time, they come in, they're interested, not interested, we lose the deal. Follow-up process, contact, qualify, follow-up. Let's put a follow-up. I don't see a follow-up in there because sometimes they're kind of in between. They've been contacted, but we're not sure if they're qualified yet. So some kind of follow-up.
Okay. Maybe drag it between contacted and qualified.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, I'll save that. So now we got this template updated. It's using that template, so perfect. And now you got the follow-up right here.
Beautiful.
There you go. Now we can customize the cards here in the pipeline too. So if you wanted to see some specific details, maybe you have a follow-up date you want to add to the card, you can add that, and now you can see that data point here. You can even edit the custom field here right on the card without opening the contact, which is really cool. So any field, I mean, the card can be as long as you want. You can add just about anything. Awesome. Well, we're going to go ahead and save this view here. And let's see what else we need to do. So you got the AI agent answering the phone, it's collecting the data, it's emailing it to a particular person. But you have some other people you work with and you want to assign it to a particular person, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So for that, I'm going to come in here and we're actually going to create the first team user. So I'm going to create a team user and we're going to go ahead and invite them. Do you have an email address you want me to invite or you want to do that later?
Let's use my email address to start.
Okay. It has to be unique. So
okay.
Email address that's not already in the system.
In that case, let me get one of the team members' emails later on. I'm going to have to, I don't have it in front of me right now, but I'll share that with you later.
All right, perfect. We can do that offline. Now in the agents, we do have only one workflow here. We can add another, and I'm going to give this one a name. We're going to say inbound call. I like to name things, makes it a little bit cleaner. And we can add another workflow, and this is going to be call ended. And so anytime a call ends, we can change the trigger, and we're going to go say call ended. And we're going to say only phone numbers this agent answers. That's perfect. So after the call ends, we want to go ahead and assign this to someone. So we can do the task. We can do a task. That way you can track it. That would be good. We'll say create a task. And the task title can be new lead, call, and we'll say contact first name. Perfect. And we'll make this a call task. And we can set an assignee. But since you don't have the team loaded up yet, we'll just go ahead and put you. And we can have the due dates be a relative date. So it's going to be within 1 day after this task was created. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. Great. Now we got this call ended automation. Now, there might be other automations you want to do working with your pipeline. And so we're going to call this the pipeline changes workflow. So the trigger here can be pipeline column change, right? So we're going to say your sales pipeline, when people get to the follow-up stage, let's actually automate some follow-up here. Now, how frequently or how soon do you want to follow up with them?
I would say if they've already came in, the first follow-up would probably be the next day, the very next day.
Okay. So I'm going to add in a wait, and we're going to say, let's wait a day, and then we can go ahead and follow up with them. Now, how would we follow up with them? Because I'm realizing now we didn't ask for their email address. We didn't ask for their name. So we need to go ahead and do that. That's going to be important. So we can go back
that's right.
Yeah, we can go back into the ask and save step. And neither of us caught that, right? So we're going to say first name, add that as text. And I want to show you this save to contact field here, because this is where you can save the values to the contact. Super important. I'm going to save the first name to the first name field, right? Makes sense. But I'm going to use that information here later in this other workflow, right? So after we wait for an amount of time, we can go ahead and send the email. And on the email, we're going to go ahead and say, send this to the contact's email address. We'll obviously add that to the ask and save node. And this is going to be, hey, just following up. And we can put some other information in there as well. So I'm going to click apply. And we'll connect your email accounts, then you'll be good to go. So this is a basic follow-up flow we can do when the pipeline changes. Let's see. So now that we got that workflow creating some tasks, I do want to show you the task management system over here. I'm going to, let's say we'll go into all tasks over here. I'm going to add a new task. I'm going to say call Joe. Call Joe. And so now I got my call Joe task. If I click on it, I have, a complete task management system. I can upload attachments. I can create subtasks. You can even tag your team with the @ symbol. Sends them a notification in the system. Very, very cool. But this is where your team is going to be working out of.
Okay.
There we go. One of the last things we need to get you set up here is actually going to be a form. And so we can create a form. Now, you can have the AI do it. This is going to be a very basic contact us form. So I'm just going to drag and drop it myself. First, I'm going to change the theme. Let's see. We'll delete some of these fields here, right? First name, email, and phone number, right? That can be the contact us field. So we can go ahead and save that over here. I got this thing in the little button over there taken up. So let's see, click on contacts, classic, save. There we go. All right. I'm going to delete that checkbox. All right. So now I can publish this. Oh, this was donation. Let me switch that. I'm going to do first name, email, and phone. All right. First name, email, phone. Save. All right. It's published. So now I can come in here and get the embed code. And I'm going to just tell the AI, use this form as the contact form, contact us form instead. And I'm just pasting this snippet of code, and the AI is going to go in and update your website right now. So that's it. That is it. Now, there's going to be some things that you have as homework to do. So you're going to come in here under settings. You're going to click on integrations. I do need you to connect your email account. You got to connect your email account. And then if you're going to be using the calendar, I need you to come in and connect your calendar accounts too. So you can add an integration, click on Google Calendar, cal.com, get that connected. Then you can see the calendar inside the system. Other than that, if you ever want to come back in and see how the calls went or see what messages were sent, you can come into the activity section. This is where you can track everything. Even the test mode, when we're doing this in the browser, I can come in, I can click on the play button. I can see the transcripts. I can listen to the recording. I can see exactly what the AI was doing, what it saved, etc. This is going to be a really great way to go in and troubleshoot or optimize your AI. But this is all in the activity section. All right, so we got your whole system set up with the website and everything, and I just told AI to put this on your website. So let's refresh it here and see what it did. Scroll down over here. Here we go. We got your donation form. Now, I would actually tell it to put some rounded corners on here.
It's a donation form, by the way. I think it should be
yeah, I can change the
like a detail.
Here.
Yeah, no, we can do it later. I just realized, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say contact us form. I'll just say contact us. There we go. So now I can refresh. There we go, contact us. Now I'm going to tell the AI around the corners on the form. Make it look a little nicer. And then you're off to the races.
Now, can we also create a trigger when somebody fills this out that the AI will send them an email with some details and so on?
Absolutely. So we're going to use a different trigger here. Let me see, the AI is still updating the website right here. We'll give it another second. There we go. Now put the rounded corners on your form. Now it fits the page.
Okay.
All right. So inside the agent builder, we're going to come in here. I'm going to add a new workflow to the same agent. And this is going to be contact form submitted. Right. And the trigger here is going to be on form submission. And so we're going to select the contact form. And here, when they fill out the contact us form, do you want to put them in the pipeline?
Yeah, definitely want them in the pipeline.
Perfect. We're going to set the pipeline stage here. And we're going to set it to new. Right. Then we're going to send them an email. You can send the customer an email. You can send the team an email. Anything else you want to do in here?
Yeah, so my thought would be this, a lead comes in, we should send the email to probably the sales manager, or the manager will get it, and then they can tell which one of our salespeople to reach out. So yeah, so an email should come into the company email saying, hey, a new lead came in, please reach out to them. Mm-hmm. And then an email should also go out to the lead saying, hey, we got your information, we'll be reaching out to you soon. Something to that effect.
Perfect. Well, we can definitely do that. So on here, this is where we're going to customize the content of your email. We're going to say who it's sent to and what email it's sent from. Now, you did talk about setting the assignee. So we do have an update contact step in here. So let me go ahead and add that. Update contact. And on the contact field, we're going to go ahead and update the assignee. Right, and you only have one person in here now, so we're just going to leave it as that. But this is how you can update the assignee. So that's going to be really cool. Now, the cool thing about the assignee in the system is you can pick variables here for the assignee. So if you want to dynamically insert the assignee's name, the assignee's email address, you have access to the contact's information and the assignee's information all here in the workflow. So an example is I can go ahead and put in the name field. We'll say first name. This is the assignee's first name. So this would be like an email signature. We'll say thanks, first name. So really cool. Anything else you want to do in here for your use case?
Let me see. I'm thinking of I'm sure there's more that will come to mind, but man, you've definitely have a lot we've set up right here. I'm actually thinking about gathering details, like when they ask about are they looking for dispatch or fleet management or both? Are they looking for both services? Maybe capture their details at the very end after they've already given us that information, so that way we get their name, email, phone number. But that's back at the voice AI part. I'm thinking what else here would I need? Get their information, truck and trailer type, what lanes are they running once it comes in, Email should trigger an email, whether it comes in through the voice AI that's taking their information, or online. I mean their contact form. They filled out the contact form. They should definitely trigger an event where our team knows, hey, time to reach out, and then there's a triggering event that reaches out to them, says, hey, an email. And then, days follow up. When a lead comes in, I think it's very important that first 2 weeks, you need to be following up consistently when a lead has shown interest. So I want to make sure that there's multiple follow-up attempts, automated AI, and via text messaging, email, and phone call. And in fact, does it do outbound calling as well?
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and set up, because that's a great point. And I love how we can just put all these workflows in one agent. So the agent knows everything that's happening. We don't have to it doesn't have to all be separate. But let's go ahead and make a nurture workflow, right? So we're going to call this the outbound. And on the trigger here, it can be manual, and we can add it either manually, or we can add it from another workflow. So I'm going to leave it as manual. And the outbound call is very unique. I'm going to show you how this works. So on the outbound call step, you can select the phone number you want to call from. This is your caller ID. And then think about it. If the person answers the phone, like, where do you want to connect that person to? Well, we can say, let's connect them with an agent on a workflow. Now, I have my inbound call workflow. I could use that, right? So someone answers the call, it's going to connect them to the inbound call workflow. Now, the first message it says is, hey, this is Assured Dispatch and Fleet Management. Now, that's not a bad opening message there. I think that makes sense. But if it didn't make sense, I would create another workflow and call it like, customer answered the phone, right? And I might have a different conversation node there. All right, so the customer answers the phone, they go to this workflow live during the call. Now, if they don't answer the phone, this is where we can start putting in a wait step. I'm going to say, let's wait for a day. If we hit their voicemail, let's also wait for a day. And you know what? If the call fails, maybe it was a bad number, I'm going to just put them on do not disturb contact. So we'll say no more calls and text messages. So we're going to turn that on. And so after we wait a day, do you want to call them again? Do you want to text them?
I would say probably text. Probably the next day, send a text. Yeah.
Perfect. We're going to send them an SMS. You can come in here and customize the message content. All right. And we can go ahead and do another step. We'll wait and do something else. And you get the idea. We can just keep building this out as long as we want. Do another outbound call.
Yeah. That is nice. Yeah. I would say, I know for the first 2 weeks, I'm going to not bug them and where they're like tired of hearing from us, but a consistent follow-up, the first day, follow-up the very next day. Text messaging is probably best. If not, a phone call. What I've noticed in my industry, in the trucking industry, emails are probably, out of the three, emails are probably the last to be responded to. It's probably phone call, SMS, and then email in that order. Yeah. So that's how we would probably set up a follow-up sequence. One day, a phone, SMS, because we had just chatted with them on the phone the day prior. 2 days later, and so on and so on. That's probably how we'll set it up.
Yeah, perfect. That sounds great. Now, you're going to get cases where, like, you're sending out an SMS, and this AI agent's going to be responding to your SMS. And so we may want to control what it says, right? So remember, by default, this conversation started trigger captures everything, calls, SMS, etc. But if we wanted to do a second trigger in a flow, I'm going to go ahead and add in a trigger, and we'll say inbound SMS. And this is where I can come in and click on my phone number. It's not SMS enabled yet, but I can select my phone number, and then I can have maybe a different message sent out. So let's see, I could copy this step here, and we could say something like, thanks for responding, right? And for this one, we don't really know what the user is going to say when they respond to your SMS. And so I might give it instructions instead of telling it exactly what to say. And this is why we have the AI generated response. So let's say, thank the user for responding, then ask, then introduce yourself, and ask, are you looking for dispatch services or fleet management? So we can do that, apply this, and then I'm going to hook it up to the same route, right? So if they want dispatch, they'll go up here. If they want fleet management, they'll go down there. So we're going to have a little bit of a custom experience when they reply to that SMS.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. I really appreciate your time on here, showing everyone how it is getting set up. I mean, we did this in, it's been about 56 minutes now. We created the AI website here with the form. AI did 100% of that. I just told it, make me a website for Assured Dispatch, and it did it. We created your AI agent. We created and customized the CRM, and we customize your pipeline. Next, you just got to connect everything offline. We're going to add the team user to your accounts. And then we also need to go back and collect that email address on the ask and save step and their last name so we can make sure we got their contact info.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Any other questions?
No. Which email providers can we connect to the system?
So you got some different options here. So when you connect your email, you're going to do that in integrations. You can add a sender identity. And so when you connect email, you can use the Votel mailgun that's built in, or you can click on add a new integration, and you can connect Gmail, mailgun, and SendGrid. Now, if you use Gmail, you just log in with your Gmail account. That's easy. Mailgun and SendGrid, you obviously got to create your own account, put in your API key, and you're good to go. But the quickest and easiest way is just to click the built-in email, click continue. It's going to ask you for your domain name. It's going to give you some DNS records, and then you're going to plug that in, and you're good to go. You can do two-way email, right? So you can use this as your email inbox. If you don't already have like a Google Workspace or some other email service, this can do inbound and outbound email. And even if you're already using a Google Workspace, you can set up the email forwarding so you still get the inbound and outbound in here.
Okay.
Yep. Awesome. I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. The 100%. This has been great.
Absolutely. I hope the community enjoyed this as well. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos. I want to show you how we can set up customers in every industry so you can get your business and agency online faster. And so thanks for joining us. Please sign up at Votel.ai so you can access all the great tools and services we showed you on today's video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you guys. Bye, everybody.